Hello creative friends, it's Eugenia from ANTNX Atelier, and today we're going to get unpack kind of and swatch and talk about the first impressions for gouache. Gouache, it is a watercolor medium that it is opaque. It's not like the watercolors. I haven't worked with that medium a lot, and this is my kind of, I've used it in conjunction with the watercolors if I want to do some highlights on watercolors and or add some dark, something opaque that probably didn't work out, or I didn't plan properly with my on my watercolors, and I just want to do some little touch-ups. I've used gouache in that way, but I haven't used it from beginning to the end of for a painting. So this is going to be for me like a new adventure and impressions. So I will start with whatever I do with all the colors, all the sets that I'm getting. I'll start with a Swatch. This set, I got it from Amazon. I found it in a very good price, and that's why I thought to give it a go. It is a 40 set of gouache, 40 colors in 30 ml each color. So it is lots of paints, about over a kilo, 1200 grams of paint, lots of paint, and I bought it about for $40 Australian, something like that. I've got it for a few months, maybe about 5 months ago. It is the brand is, it's a new brand, ANTNX. I'm not sure if I pronounced it properly. It's ANTNX, whatever it means. Obviously it's made in China, and it is, I don't know, generic probably brand. Came out from factories of other names, they're more expensive. Anyway, I thought that for $40 Australian, get all of this paint, I will have a good fun and practice with them, just for introduction. I've got Winsor & Newton, which I left them in Grace, and I'm using them only for highlights in conjunction with the watercolors. And I got another set of Daryl and Ronnie. I haven't used it, I haven't opened it yet, but again I plan to use it. They're in tubes, and I plan to use it for with my watercolors. But these ones, I plan to have fun and yeah, and play with them. So this first I will start with the packaging. The packaging comes with like this, the handles, so it's just carrying like that. It's pretty heavy. At the bottom it looks like that. You can see all the colors, and unclip the lid once you open it. Inside it has this foamy cover, which is good, I think, and handy. It's stuck on it. For once you open, obviously, and remove the plastic from the paints, which I'm not sure if I will completely remove them, but I will see. Definitely I'm gonna have to open them. Okay, this is just the whites. It's got a couple of whites. I had to put it here. Very pasty. It's very pasty. This, you can see also the binder has a little bit, probably. Okay, I'm not gonna get rid of completely the plastic, because I tend to close it and put it back on, because I'm worrying that it's gonna dry up. I know they're getting, I can reactivate them, but I remember from when I was young and I was using acrylic, which I have stopped now. They were drying out and I was getting upset. So yeah, the binder here has it's separated, so because I had it sitting on my desk all of this time. So I'm gonna just mix it a little bit. The binders are the same as the watercolor binders. That's why we can use them together, but obviously there's many more fillers with the gouache, and that's why they're not as light fast as on the watercolors. So I won't worry for this particular set. I won't really worry about light fastness. I'm gonna just be using it on in my sketchbooks for studies and plein air probably. We'll see. I'll try it in different ways. So okay, that's the second tube. So I'm gonna just clean my toothpick. You can see I have prepared my boxes here, and I put a line in the middle to see how opaque it is, its color. Okay, I will probably wait to dry up and then I will go over with the second layer. So we'll start doing this with all the colors one by one. There are 40 of them, so it will be a little bit tedious to watch me. So what I might do, I might speed it up a little bit, and then once I do the swatch, okay, here there are two different whites. It's great. Actually, this is not white at all, it's more like beige color. So the first thin layer, it's should be like a watercolor almost, and then the more thicker layers you put on becomes more opaque. Well, I have the feeling that I will like this medium because for first it is I can reactivate it. First, it's water soluble and doesn't smell. It's great. I can mix it with my watercolors, which I like it a lot. That idea. I can reactivate it if it gets too thick, which it looks like they do. It's just already very pasty. These colors, very creamy. It's a cream color too. So yeah, it reminds me. I usually use oils, and I just hope that this can kind of, obviously it won't be like oils, but it's the same principle when you're painting with gouache. You can start from dark to light because you can paint on top and paint over them and cover them, or at least that's what I've heard. So we'll see all of these things, and I will be really happy to use that. It's a kind of the opposite of what we're doing with the watercolor. With the watercolors, we're preserving the brights, because if we don't, then we have an issue. Yeah, then we have a serious issue after. Yeah, okay. have to get used to how to treat this pans here. It's probably, I shouldn't be so gentle, I should just remove the plastic. And we'll see also what selection of colors there is in this set. Yeah, you always need some brights and darks. So I'm not sure how many darks I have here, but it looks like I have lots of brights. So we'll see what happens. Worst case scenario, I'm going to have to be using some watercolors too on the side when I'm painting. Won't be a bad idea. And there are lots of pastel colors, which is good, because it means I don't have to do lots of mixes. I can use them straight from the tabs, and I won't need to use as much white. Because traditionally in oils and acrylics and obviously in gouache, if you start doing mixes, you need lots of white to tone them, to lighten them up. Okay, so I won't hold you up watching me unsticking these plastics and doing all of these swatches. Can be very boring, so I'm gonna speed it up at this stage, and when we get to testing the mixing, see if they're lifting, how they're glazing, and we'll talk again. For the moment, I will put some music. So at this point, I just realized that my phone, the battery died, so I had to, it stopped recording. And anyway, here it is the I finished off all the swatches. It wasn't any big deal that we missed out. Now I can see that once we watering them, some of them they're very transparent, which is kind of, yeah, I don't mind. If it gives you also the opaque side of yes, which it does. And once we go and we reapply a second coat of paint on the top of dry paint, it's much more opaque. So this kind of versatile medium, it can gives you kind of a little bit transparency if you water it down a lot, and when you go over it with a bit more thicker paint, it's pretty opaque. So I'm gonna start going over again, and as my second layer. So probably I would go even on the third layer too, to see how opaque it can become. So we'll go up to here, my second one. I'll let it dry, then I'll go over it with the third one. Definitely don't want to watch me with doing over and over the same thing for 40 times. That's how many colors we've got here. So I'm going to fast forward it. The only thing I want to talk about again, that it's the selection of the colors. So I'll measure. Yep, once I'm continue with the swatches, I'll talk to you about what else I've noticed. To begin with, there's no names on the lids, on the plastic, or anywhere. So there's no names at all what kind of color each one is. Okay, there is some writing in Chinese, I believe, which they don't really mean anything to me, because I don't know how to read, write, or speak Chinese, unfortunately. And it's lots of people in this world that they don't. So I would like to have some English names and writing about this product. Would be nice, because if you selling something all around the world, it is nice to be able to, the people to understand what they're actually buying and what they're using. So that's one of the suggestions that for this gouache set. The other thing that I want to point out is the selection of the colors. It's okay. I'm very confused because it's very the way that they're placed, the order that they've been placed, it's mumble jumble completely. I really don't understand what kind of order they're following. There is some, it's completely random. Yellow here, yellows, orange, greens here, greens there, greens there, greens there. Just only 3 reds here, which is okay. Not many darks. Apart of the black, this paint is gray, and this petrol kind of turquoise color. Yeah, there's not much darks. There's lots of pastel colors, which they're handy. Definitely useful, but maybe more than what we would need. So yeah, now I'm gonna have to reshuffle them because there's not really any kind of logic the way they've been placed, these colors. So I'm gonna have to reshuffle them and do another swatch. That's the other problem. I'm gonna have to redo all this work that I've done. When I reshuffle them. So yeah, it is a little bit annoying. If I knew from the beginning which color is each, probably I would have worked it out from underneath, but I didn't do that. But if they had some names on, probably that would help me, and I would understand what colors they are. And maybe I would have shuffled them up before I do all of this swatch. But it doesn't matter. I'll just spend a little bit extra time. It shouldn't be taking me as much time as it took me the first time, because now it's all they're open and I have mixed them, so the binder is not oh, what did I do that for? Yeah, the binder is not separated from the paint, so it won't take me as long as before. But there's some nice grays. It's a very nice cool grain. And those tabs are very full, which is great. But if you take off your plastics and you throw them, definitely they're gonna mess up your lid. So for the moment I will keep them on, which it will protect my lid from making messed up, and also from will prevent the paints from drying very fast. So that is the reason that I kept the plastic for the moment, at least, because as I'm using them and the paint will go lower, I will probably remove the plastic. So as I'm covering the second layer, yeah, I can see that some colors are more opaque than others, some less. Here I have already put it, second layer. So I'm going to just do like a third layer here. Once it dries, we'll see how it looks. So at this point I will fast forward again, because definitely it will be very, very boring for you till we get to the time ready to do the rest of the tests here. So now I have put a third layer of on each color. That's made the most of them very opaque. Apart of a couple of them, like this, the yellows and the oranges, they're pretty transparent. But others, all the blues, the greens, the most of the greens at least, and obviously all the pastel colors, they're pretty opaque. They have covered completely. Basically whatever contains white is very, very, very opaque, and all the ones that are very dark colors, extra opaque. So that's about the opacity. It does what it was supposed to do, be opaque and cover. Now I tried to do some glazing. I put the yellow, and then I put on top the red in two different strengths. One with full saturation, full strength of color, and it's covered the yellow completely. And then second application I've done is very watery, so it's very kind of transparent, and we can see the glazing happening there. So you can do a little bit of glazing, but with very, very watery paint. And then I tried just a random green, which was very watery once I applied it, and yeah, well, it's a little bit transparent, and it does did glazing. Now I'm gonna go over it with some orange, sorry, yellow. It's the same yellow that I had applied on the paper. I just want to see how I'm not gonna put too much paint. I just put a little bit, and I worked it on top. It stayed a bit opaque, but also it lifted the color underneath because I worked it. As you can tell here, the red has gone into the orange. I'll try to do it on the other side again, but with very I'll do it like this, with a bit more watery, so I'm not gonna have to go over it many times. I'll tell you what, the red is lifting very easily. It does glaze. So The yellow, as you can tell, is transparent, so without those colors we can achieve glazing more than the others. Now I have I put a random blue that it's very opaque, and it was this one. It has covered completely the black line, so it's very opaque. And this orange, which is this one, it's a little bit more transparent. Let's see now how, if any lifting will happen and reactivation. So just a little bit paint there, sorry, a little bit water, and yes, it does lift. It gets reactivated and it's lifting. I'll try the same at the orange. Oops, that wasn't good. My paper had blue from the other, from here. Yeah, this one too definitely reactivates and it's getting lifted. I just have to say also that the paper that I'm using is not expensive at all. It's very basic paper. It says watercolors, but it's very absorbent, so it's done very well to lift here these colors. And now the other thing that I want to do is to see how much the white covers and how much the black is covering. So we'll start with the white. As you can tell, it is covering very well. My color got a little bit reactivated here, my red, because probably it's not dry 100%. I should have applied a bit earlier to give it more time to dry. And let's see now what the black does, which I believe it is very covering too. Yeah, so the black and the white covers perfectly. So it's lifting pretty good for gouache. Normally I wouldn't have many expectations of lifting. It covers, the black and white covers excellent. Glazing you can achieve if you put very watery application, and obviously if you use a little bit transparent colors you have a better chance. And now let's do a little bit mixing. I have chosen those three primaries, the yellow, the red and the blue. I have made little marks here on my plastic so I will know which one it is. And let's see what we can achieve with mixing those colors. Where is it, this one? I should add a little bit yellow. Yeah, it's kind of not bad, the mixes that I'm getting. Yellow here. And obviously the primaries that I used are chosen. It's the reason that I'm getting those shades. And if I add a little bit white into my mixed ones, then let's see, I'm getting a bit more purple. See, this blue, I didn't mix it, and it's not easy to get it. Definitely it's a good idea to, once you open them, just to give them a stir, because yeah, that will help you. And I think I'm pretty much happy with the mixing too. We do get new colors. Yeah, so I would say that I'm pretty much happy and satisfied with these paints. I am not going to complain a lot. I'm looking forward to try and make a little painting, which I think I'm gonna do it for my next video. I'm still a bit annoyed the way of the arrangement, very confusing, but I guess two things, or I get used to learn this order, or I just shuffle them around and make another swatch. Apart of that, I'm kind of happy for the price that I paid. Can't go wrong. It was only 40 Australian dollars, and I got over a kilo of paint. Yeah, you can't go wrong. And also another thing that I would like to mention is, if you decide to keep for a little while this plastic covers, make sure you don't detach them completely. Let them attach at the back, because if you detach them completely, then they're gonna start moving everywhere like this one, and they can make worse mess. So yeah, for me it happened only on this one, so I'll keep it. But if you detach it completely at all of them, then you will have an issue. So then just close it. I will probably consider to move them on another little smaller palette, because that takes a lot of space from my desk. But yeah, apart of that, thumbs up to this set. I'm pretty happy with it. Thank you very much for watching me, and hopefully we'll see you soon at my next video. Please consider to subscribe if you haven't. We'll be doing lots of more reviews and paintings with different mediums, and yeah, hopefully I will see you soon in my next video. Thank you very much for watching, and till then, be happy, be creative, and keep painting. Bye.